For early 2 years now, the pandemic has upended our lives. The climate crisis has worsened, the inequalities are deepened. Certainly, these are complex problems, but one thing is clear. They all hit the poor. Injustice is the common thread that ties these issues together. Last year, I said that how we address these issues will define our future. From what I have seen, that future will likely to be one of inequality, for the poor plays catch up with the rich, with no hope or chance of ever succeeding in closing the gap. We cannot, in our conscience, allow this to happen. On a just order inherently volatile, we have to reverse course. How then do we as a government to reconcile our obligation as own citizen with the responsibility to the rest of humanity? For the Philippines, we understand that we need to expand our notion of us beyond the nation so we can work together to secure our common future. We recognize that only inclusive multilateralism can deliver the global public goods we need. And we believe that fairness, equality, and respect should always be the basis of our engagement with one another. Only with this can we correct the injustices. And for the thousand during this pandemic certain death, it is a man-made drought of vaccine ravaging the poor countries. Rich countries afford life-saving vaccines while poor nations with four triggers. This is shocking beyond belief and must be condemned for what it is. The selfish act that can either be justified rationally for more the plain fact is the pandemic will not end unless the virus is defeated everywhere. Vaccines are key to achieving this. This is why Philippines committed $1 billion. We need this to save more lives, break the cycle of variants, and help ensure global economic recovery. The Filipino people aspire for stable, comfortable, and secure life founded on freedom, justice, and equality. We have made significant stride on this. After a more than century of nation building, the risk and burden of warming climate are simply not the same for everyone. The greatest injustice here is that those who suffer are most the least responsible for these existential crises. But here we are, now at a critical tipping point for failure to act leads to cut consequences for the real human crime. The Philippines accept the shares of responsibility and will do its part to avoid this collective disaster. Developed countries must develop countries financing technologies transferred to positive building to the developing world. This is a moral obligation that cannot be avoided. Today, the Philippines is the middle income economy and a thriving democracy, but difficult challenges remain this. Do not deny. Millions of Filipinos work abroad under the most difficult circumstances. We call for the abolition of all structures that allows exploitations and oppressions of migrant worker. My government has a mandate and obligation to my people. We will deal with all criminals, including terrorists, with the full force of the rules. The Filipino people want to live in peace, security in their homes, and communities free from harm and danger from the lawless. For achieving this goal and has not been without challenges. Things need change. The UN must empower itself by reforming itself. Thank you.